Yes, I am sure that we're live. It's another day. Oh wow, thank you for waiting. It's so great to know that you've been waiting. It's so nice. Thank you for turning on your notification. Yep, you can also turn on notification just in case you see, my live coming up another time and you're interested in joining me. It'll be really nice to, have you join me immediately I come on. All right, so it's really really nice. Thank you very much for joining me just as I am hitting up your live with me. Thank you, my darling. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and tell me where you're watching from. It's really nice to know. So here is another day. We're doing the morning show together, and as the title said, it's going to be a bass to bass today. Like it's a bass goes, because people are really upset around Africa, in Nigeria. We'll be looking at all of that just in a bit. On radio, I will be live in about 4 minutes on radio. So, gracias mucho. Thank you very much for staying with me and for joining me live today. It's nice. I hope the setup today is nice because you see, I positioned my camera differently today, you see. So, it's different. I think I like it. I like what it looks like. It's giving an aerial view, right? It's giving an aerial view. Do not forget to leave a thumbs up when you come on here. Just give me a click. I like to know that you are a part of it. All right, people. And the rush continues today as we try to look at what's happening around us. I'm broadcasting from Africa, so yes, Africa would be the, what's it called? The attention, the focus for today. Messiah, Jonathan, hi, Erica, Goana, hola to you too. I will be giving you people live shout outs on radio, so stay with me. I'll be saying hello. These people are watching me from, please tell me your location. Where is it you're watching from? I'd also like to know, all right? I'd also like to know. So it's good you're saying hi. It's also great if you left where you are watching me from. Just leave it so I get to say it out when I'm giving you a shout out on radio. All right, we're broadcasting live and I am up in just a bit. Hope you are having a great day. I hope you're having a great. I wanted to say good morning, but I'm not sure if you're watching from Nigeria. Here is the morning, so it depends on where you're watching from. Depends on where you're joining me from. If you're in other parts of the world, it could be night, it could be whatever time of day. But whatever the case, I hope that you're having a great day. So we're gonna get started in a bit. This is just warm up, and this is warm up. And also giving other people time to join us. But hey, we won't wait forever. Once it's time, we hit the mic and we get started like right immediately. Time check, and it's exactly 7:30 a.m. and it's another beautiful day. We're going to be starting on this very high note. The idea is to get you gingered up for the day. It's morning in Nigeria, 7:30 a.m., the 19th day of February 2025. I would like to reiterate that broadcasting from Nigeria. If you're listening to me on the radio transmission, I can understand that you're in Nigeria. But for those who are joining me on YouTube, it's good to know that you are joining me. Thanks to every person who's been waiting. Today was just a blast. I mean, I come on and I see people waiting, and we're starting together. We're just taking off, hitting the ground running. I will be giving every single person a shout out soon. Everybody who's joining me on YouTube, but that whole thing, different things are just steering people's emotions up, and we'll be looking at all of that. In Nigeria, one of the challenges we're facing right now is the tariff hike situation as it concerns calls and data. We're having a situation already as it concerns standard of living, and it seems like the news is getting tighter and people are feeling the brunt of it. And NLC has not given any update on whether or not they will, go on with that March 1 protest. Fingers crossed on that. That's about Nigeria. In other parts of the world, the situation is about rebel taking over cities, encroaching, taking more cities. The reports from DR Congo, the report from Uganda. The Lord will help us. Anyway, we'll be looking at stories from South Africa, Rwanda, Sudan, Mali. So it's a full run round Africa today. All right, so stay with me. I am Diddy, and it's great to have you. So let's get started with information coming in from Sudan, and it's not so great. It's about the war. So seeing what the situation is like, the country is seeking to bolster diplomatic ties with Iran. He was a foreign minister who met with his Iranian counterparts in Tehran to bolster the diplomatic ties between the two countries. And this is all to broker peace. Anyway, Ali Youssef Ahmed al-Sharif, who is the foreign minister of Sudan, he had to travel to Tehran for consultations with high-ranking Iranian officials. And as they met, top border conversation was about how can we continue with the principled policy of developing relations with all Islamic countries. Sudan is one of them. Sudan is actually one of the major Arab countries in Africa, and is an Islamic nation. So his counterpart in Iran has also expressed regret over the internal conflict in Sudan that have caused significant damage to the people. I had someone join me from, was it Sudan yesterday or South Sudan on YouTube? I'm not very sure. If you're still around, if you're around today, please leave me a message and let me know it's you. I was asking yesterday, I said, what's the situation like in Sudan? I think you were from South Sudan, I'm not very sure. But whatever the case, please leave me a message today. Let me know what the situation is. But great thing is that they are making moves. People cannot continue to just suffer because of internal crisis, because some top bosses are not just having the right conversations. Like I always try to argue, I say everything starts and ends on the table of negotiations and conversations. Countries are at war because somebody didn't say something right, and countries are living in peace and in harmony because somebody said something right. It's always about negotiation. It's always about saying the right thing, doing the right thing. It's not only just about saying as well. You need to also do the right thing. Anyway, we're hoping that meeting would, get the best result for everyone, because in the end, the people is what matters. I always ask, who would you be governing if everybody had to run away from your city or from wherever it is that is, war torn? That's not great. Speaking of war torn, UN chief is saying that Sudan humanitarian situation is extremely worrying at this time. He's a spokesman for the United Nations, and he said on Monday, for the United Nations Secretary General, and he said that the humanitarian situation in Sudan remains extremely worrying. This is what he had to say. He said, "We're especially deeply concerned about the impact of violence on civilians in and around the Zamzam displacement camp in Al-Fashir." That's the capital of North Darfur. Zamzam is one of the areas where famine has been greatly recorded in Sudan. That person who joined me from Sudan yesterday, please, I'd like to really hear from you today. Anyway, let's hear what this UN chief had to say. Stay with me. Oh no, that thing that happened yesterday should not happen today again. No. I need to hear. Oh, I got it now. Just to give you a heads up, that's Stefan Dujarric. He's a spokesperson for the Secretary General, United Nations. All right. So the situation has been that the drawing concerns to this area and explaining that it's extremely worrying and we cannot continue to sit and watch. There were also reports of others seeking to leave the area, and they're trying to prevent them from doing so due to the intensity of the fighting, and key exit routes are being blocked at this time. So it's not even enough to try to run away. It's also about asking where you're running to. Will you be safe at that place? Safety matters. Anyway, whatever the situation is, we're hoping for the very best for them. Let's see. Greetings, my YouTube people. I see you. I see your interactions. Changuito Mex says, greetings from Mexico. Great to have you join us. Jamila Travel Diary. Hey, hi to you too. And all the love right back at you. Thank you very much. Erica Gaona says, hello. Hola. Hola to you too. Messiah Johnson, hello to you too. As you come around, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Yeah, that's a special shout out on radio, and I will be reading every one of your reaction that you drop on YouTube. So go ahead, leave your reactions, leave your comments, and I will read them when the time is right. All right. And I also have Bingzami, who says hi. Hello to you too. Where are you watching from? It would be really nice to know. Now back to the story on what is happening across Africa. Ethiopia and Somalia, for the very first time, are holding a round of technical talks in Turkey. And the idea is about resolving their dispute. I like to see stories as this one. I like to see stories as this one because in the end, as I like to see, it's about the peace of the people that you're governing. Because if everyone is scared, who would you be governing? Let the problem even be hunger first. But is it security? You cannot even negotiate that. Security has to be top burner every single time. Anyway, Turkey has been mediating between the countries in the Horn of Africa about concerns about potential conflict in the area. It's already a volatile situation. So anything that can just douse the tension that has simmered would go a long way right now. There have been, a bit of a stiffness between Ethiopia and Somaliland since last year, and it's about land leasing along the coastline to establish a marine force base. So in return, Ethiopia would also become the very first country to formally recognize Somaliland's independence. Somalia says the deal infringes on its sovereignty and on its territory. Remember that time that this was a big deal, and I think it still is. I think it still is because it's always about, okay, so let me take you through from the very beginning. The city is Somaliland and it's inside of Somalia. Somaliland, argue that they are an independent sovereign nation. But Somalia says, no, you are under Somalia. So this has been a situation going back and forth, and Ethiopia is saying, okay, we want to enter into a business deal with Somaliland. You get it? It's like your child entering into an agreement with someone, and you are feeling like, no, this child is mine. So you want to enter an agreement, come to me, the mother or the father of this child. And Somalia is saying they're not going to take this without a fight. So that has been a bit of a situation between Ethiopia and Somalia. And Somaliland is just the guy right now, because Somaliland, according to them, they are an independent nation. So Turkey said, no, they need to, in the end, broker peace between the leaders of Somalia and Ethiopia. So the situation is that top leaders from Somalia and Ethiopia, they had to meet in Turkey, and they have agreed to initiate technical talks. And these talks are aimed at reaching a potential agreement that upholds Somalia's territorial integrity while allowing Ethiopia access to the sea. So in the end, they just have to, find a landing spot for both parties, that people will not just be upset all at the same time. We're trying to broker peace. Let there be peace. Anyway, the Turkish Foreign Ministry said delegations led by Ethiopian Foreign Minister Gideon Timotheus and Somalia's State Minister for Foreign Affairs Ali Mohamed Omar held a very first round of technical negotiations in the capital of Turkey, in Ankara. Great stuff, right? We're hoping that this will not just end on the table of talks, but it will take the next step, and we would see the materialization of some of these deals, that people would actually begin to benefit of it. And moving on now to Senegal. There is a caste situation going on. So there is a mystical belief in Senegal, right? You know how a lot of African countries have their belief about different things? You who's listening to me right now, regardless of where you are from in Nigeria, you would have something that your people believe in a lot. Some people believe you cannot sweep at night. Some people believe if a dog cries in a compound through the night, someone is likely to die in that house, maybe during the course of the week. I don't know if you've heard some of these things. And this is not even particular to any ethnic group. Different ethnic groups have what they believe in differently. And it's an African thing, because it's a situation in Senegal. You know why? There's a belief that big cats in Senegal have a way of making life better for the people of the area. Now, the implication of this is that they are hunting down big cats, lions, leopards. 80% of them are sold in markets, with about 63 of artisans reporting increased sales in recent years. What that does is that it is putting these animals at the risk of extinction. The impact has been devastating. Despite enhanced protection that, doubled the population to around 35 since 2017, there have also been situations of greater concerns, that have been raised in recent times. Now, the World Heritage sites in Senegal had to be delisted as a park by UNESCO, because the number of cats that were living in these places had dropped drastically. And now there are greater concerns that if we keep up the way we're going, we may not even have these big cats anywhere again. And you know what? The thing is that this is not, as I said earlier, it's not even peculiar to these people. If you've been seeing on, some TV stations, even in Nigeria, you see that there have been campaigns about wildlife preservation. There have been campaigns about, sparing wild animals. Let's not, continue to kill them, because they will just go into extinction. I just hope that they are spared. But the thing is that across Senegal, they are used for protection. Some parts of these animals are used for protections. They argue that they give wrestlers strength when they eat it. And some politicians, even in Senegal, use them for clouts. So average citizens could even use parts of these animals to wear them to ward off curses. Like when somebody swears for you. They say that when they wear parts of these animals, they actually ward off curses that many people may have put on them for a variety of reasons. Some even think that it could even be used to, affect your love life. Yeah, that's just me trying to get a better way to put it. Some feel like it's a way to affect your love life. If you have parts of these wild animals on your body, it could put you in a better position for your object of affection to find you attractive. That's me just trying very hard to explain the situation, but that's just the belief system. The reality, I'm not even trying to downplay what they believe in, but the reality is that these acts have consequences. They would leave these animals out you hear about dinosaurs, you hear about some animals that were a thing during a certain time, but suddenly they're no longer a thing. What is even more worrying is that the delisting by UNESCO of these parks as World Heritage Site is even of concern, because whatever tourist attraction it was at any point in time, it has reduced drastically. So the area is not even getting that attention or the traction anymore. So I just hope that whatever the situation is, the big cat trade situation and the threat to lion survival in some parts of West Africa would be contained as soon as possible, because we need these animals. You see, if you do more research about wildlife, the effect of them, and as it concerns ecosystem, you would understand the implication of some of these things that we do as a people. Better understanding of the consequences of our action will have us better placed. Mo says it gone red. What's gone red? What is gone red? What is it? It's about making better decisions, making better choices, sensitization, making the people aware that their actions may just have negative impacts in the end. Right. Okay, so let's move on now to Uganda. Uganda is seeking to borrow $190 million to compensate power distributors. In Nigeria, you will remember yesterday on the news, we saw that there were explanations from the Federal Ministry of Power talking about how that, as it concerns electricity, they needed to pay more for subsidy on electricity and all of that. Well, this is just to let you know that it is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. Uganda is seeking to borrow $190 million from a bank, and it's an idea to compensate power distributors for their investments in the national grid after its concession expires next month. That's according to a senior official in the Ministry of Finance of the country. So theirs is about investments in the national grid. Ours, the argument so far has been about paying for subsidy for electricity. Get the point? Anyway, so the Ugandan government so far, though, has declined the company's request to extend its 20-year concession. The concession is supposed to expire by next month, right? So the company is Omeme, and it is listed on both Uganda and neighboring Kenya as the company that has been running a power concessions in Uganda since it started in 2005. Is that sustainable? That's what we'll get to see. So the State Minister for Finance, Henry Muzasizi, has sent to Parliament a request to allow the government to borrow the money. So whether or not the government will agree, we will get to see. But usually these things get passed very easily. Still in Uganda, wow, our time is really running out fast. I have some really engaging stories today, right? So still on Uganda. You know when it was everybody was really agitated about, there's an Ebola situation in Uganda again. What is it going to be? There was even a travel warning from some African countries to people who may need to travel to Uganda, where they were saying that if you do not have to travel, please do not travel. Right. So there's an update from the country. Uganda has discharged 8 people after they recovered from Ebola. 8 of them have recovered. That's good news, right? But the thing is that about 256 people made contact and they were under quarantine. But of course, in situations like this, every single one number makes a difference. Yeah, every single one number makes a difference, and we are really excited to hear this story. 8 other people received treatment and have all done well and are due for discharge. That's the voice, those are the words of the Health Minister, Jane Ruth Aseng, as she talked to press just yesterday. Exciting story, isn't it? She said 256 contacts remained under strict quarantine and monitoring in the capital city of Kampala, as well as in Jinja and Mbale. Those are 2 cities in the eastern Uganda region. This is what she said. She went further to say, none of these contacts have exhibited symptoms so far, though they will remain under quarantine for 21 days from the time of their contact or exposure to the index case. God for that one from Uganda, because I mean, a lot of people were worried. So this is not to encourage anybody to begin to travel yet. We're still observing what is going on in the city. But in the meantime, let us appreciate the little wins. Let us celebrate our little wins. All right, within the time that we have, let's see what we can take from Mali now. You see how I try to not touch anything about DRC today? Because the stories from that side they can be really heartbreaking. They can be really heartbreaking because we're hearing that more cities have been taken over. More cities have been taken over. But whatever the case, we're hoping for the very best for them. Now to Mali, and the news is not so different because we're hearing that rebels are saying that army killed 24 civilians, and army have also reported the clashes. So it's been, you know, it's a you say I say situation. Mali accused Malian soldiers accompanied by Russian Wagner mercenaries. They said that they killed 24 civilians that were traveling north to Algeria from the city of Gao. So the military led by it was led by a military junta, and they have been more than a decade battle jihadist group. So they are allied to Islamic State and Al Qaeda, and they've been grappling with a much longer history of Tuareg-led rebellion in the north. So this is just a culmination of what has been going on for a pretty long time now, and the back and forth, we just hope that it doesn't escalate beyond this point, because we can't have this happening in so many parts at the same time. DRC is still trying to, you know, get a hang of what's going on. Sudan is also trying very hard to, you know, stay above the waters at this point. Mali, please just pipe down on that. Whatever the situation, let's just get it resolved. Let's just nip it in the bud before it escalates beyond this point. We need to hear more stories like what we're hearing from Ethiopia and Somalia, resolving differences, resolving crises. Let there be peace at the end of the day. Whatever differences that, you know, is going on right now, again, it's just about resolving it. Okay, people, let me just take one long sweep of what's going on YouTube right now. Oh yes, you can also send me messages on WhatsApp. People, no, I am not ignoring WhatsApp. I am not. It's just that I'm seeing a lot of, you know how you're streaming live on YouTube and the comments are just popping on your screen like pop 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 pop. Yeah, that's what's going on. So I just want to take as many as I can, and then I will see what we have on YouTube. One says, please read my messages on WhatsApp. It's not every time somebody has data in Nigeria to be watching YouTube. I understand your concern. That's a very valid point, especially in the face of this hike, right? This tariff hike thing that we're hearing. A lot of what's it called now? Network providers needing to make adjustments here and there to accommodate you know, present day reality. Yeah, I get it. All right, so now that I'm reading your WhatsApp message, you didn't even say much. You just said hi. I just want to say thank you for bringing out stories from around Africa. Oh, okay. 379, and I appreciate you. You didn't say your name. But your number ends with 379. I appreciate you. Top of the hour, 8 o'clock. I will be coming back with newspaper headlines from across Nigeria. So one long sweep on what's going on YouTube now. Dolodan. Oh, she found a freestyle. No, I'm not freestyling. It's not a bit. Perhaps because of the way I look with the hoodie. No, it's not. I'm not doing music. I am doing presentation today. Dolodan, you didn't say where you're watching us from, but it's nice to know that you are watching. Thank you. Jamila sends more love emojis. I appreciate that. Thank you. My love from Mexico. Oh, hi. Robbie B. Hi to you too. It's really great to have you join us. What's the situation in... They're two different places though. Somaliland is a city in Somalia. You get it? Yeah, it's I don't know where you're watching from, but it's like Abuja, Nigeria. You get it? Hey, Abuja is a city, it's a federal capital territory of Nigeria. Well, Lagos is also a city in Nigeria. So Somaliland is a city in Somalia. All right. So the dispute was that Ethiopia was trying to enter into an agreement with Somaliland. So Somaliland say they are an independent nation because you know, they an independent nation. But the truth is that they are inside of Somalia. So because they are inside of Somalia, whatever agreement you're entering into with Somaliland, where Somalia does not, recognize the sovereignty of Somaliland, it's like you're calling the bluff of Somalia. You get where the dispute is coming from now? Yeah, I just needed to take time to, explain that very quickly. But hey, thank you very much for all of your opinions. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you. No, this conversation will be had with my YouTube people. But thank you very much. Do not forget, top of the hour, I'll be back with newspaper headlines today. Stay with us. It is an FM 93.7, 7:56. That's what the time is. Okay, my people. Dolodan, what makes you think I'm trying to drop a beat? I'm not trying to drop a beat, Dolodan. No, I'm not trying to drop a beat. Did you leave me a thumbs up? Just go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Maybe because, as I explained earlier, maybe because of the hoodie and stuff and the entire look. So. Okay, this is a break, a very quick break, transitioning between what we just rounded off and newspaper headlines from across Nigeria. You're listening from Nigeria? Are you watching me from Nigeria? I'd like to know. Yeah, I was gonna ask Moimo. Yeah, Momo. I was gonna ask what is going red. I didn't really catch that though. If you would like to explain, I would really love to know what you meant by it's gone red. Is it the stories I was taking? Were you concerned about what's it called? About the security situation in the countries, in these countries I was looking at. Further updates, please. Further update. Click on like. Just keep giving me the thumbs up. I appreciate every single one of them. And yes, I love that you people are reacting. Thank you for sending in your opinions, your reaction, whatever. Even a hi, I appreciate. It's not easy taking time to, stop by somebody's live session. So I appreciate every single one of you. In about 2 minutes, I will be back up. People are really expressing how upset they are, and that's the part we're going into right now. That's the next lap we're going into. Okay, so stay with me, my people, and I hope that you're having a great time with me. Am I giving the stories the way you want to hear it? Who are these lovely people that are watching and not giving me a thumbs up now? What do you want to use your thumbs up to do? Leave it for me. Just hit it or double tap on your screen. All right, double tap on your screen. Thank you. Okay. And we're up. This is where it gets really heated. This is where it gets push. Oh, thank you. I just saw that new thumbs up. Thank you. That was really thoughtful of you. That's some interesting news. I just saw a story now that caught my attention. That's interesting. I'll take it during the course of time. So if you want me to give you a shout out on radio, hi David. David just came here now. David, thank you for joining. If you're just joining me, please go ahead, say something to me. I'll give you a shout out live on radio. All right? Yeah, I'll be reading your comments on radio. 8 a.m. exactly. I'm always on time. So it's time to take you through what the papers hold for us today. We have a couple of them lined up. Let's see. Let me scan through what we have. Of course, usual suspects: Vanguard, Punch, This Day, Independent, Leadership, Business Day, News Direct, Tribune, Guardian, Telegraph, Nigerian News Observer. We have a good number of them. Daily Sun, Teen Trust, and so on and so forth. So we'll take as many as we can within the time that we have. So stay with me, all right? And we also have pen pushing. Yeah, needed to say that so that I do not forget it. Pen pushing is also right here. Duly represented. We'll be taking as many stories as we can. So let's begin with Punch today. The big story: workers in 109 embassies groaned over 6 months on paid salaries. 6 months on paid salaries. In this time and age, that's a lot. At least 450 foreign service officers in 109 Nigerian missions abroad have yet to receive their salaries for the past 5 to 6 months. So an official spoke, right? The officials serving under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, most of them are in financial distress, according to this report from Punch, and they cannot pay their rent or children's school fees or meet other family and social obligations. Not my word, but something that the acting spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kimiebi Ebiemfa, acknowledged. He acknowledged that the financial challenges facing the Nigerian missions are true, and he has assured that the leadership was working to resolve the issue. Well, I hope that it's resolved as soon as possible, because 6 months is not 6 days, it's not 6 weeks after your previous, what's it called? Sorry, I got distracted by that comment on YouTube. They keep popping in, so it's fine. I'm here with you. It's not 6 weeks after your due salary. It's 6 months. 1 month, 2 month, 3. Let what needs to be done, I beg. Thank God it's in public glare now, so let the right conversations be, let the right questions be asked. Is it like they are not approving the salaries? Is it like they are approving them and they're having bank issues? Is it whatever the explanation? Because sometimes it's also easy for us to have a lot of explanations or a lot of excuses as to why some of these things are coming. Are they coming to work? Are they doing what they need to do? Anyway, we're also looking very strongly at the 2025 Appropriation Act by the National Assembly. The spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that there is a strong optimism that the bill will be signed into law soonest, and that it will positively impact the finances of the ministry and the missions abroad. Moving on from that story now, Osun Electoral Commission denies military siege. They've confirmed Saturday local government poll. There's been a lot of back and forth from Osun State. Have you been following the story? If not, just a quick one of what went down. So there was an election, and then some people said, oh, no, he didn't win the election. The commission also assured that all the local government elections slated for Saturday was going to hold as scheduled, because there is more to come. Some people have died in this whole situation going on in Osun State. It's a lot. Moving on from Osun, still around Osun, speaking on the crisis, police go after killers. Local government poll holds on Saturday. Speaking on the inflation drop, did you know that the National Bureau of Statistics released new stats, and they said that there was a drop in the inflation, but then it does not translate to a drop in the prices of goods and services around Nigeria? I'm sure you saw that story, or I hope that you did. If you did not, there is an update on the story. Financial and economic analysts, they are expecting the Monetary Committee of CBN to reduce the benchmark interest rates because we've recorded a drop in the inflation rate. That was released by NBS yesterday. That's National Bureau of Statistics. So they're saying, let's rejig the country's economic policies. Let it be able to meet the masses' yearnings. And they're also stressing that though the new inflation rate is lower than the previous figure, the prices of commodities are still very, very high. Absolutely so. I mean, if you frequent the market, you would know what I'm talking about. Moving on now. 54 trillion naira budget. National Assembly raises concurrent vote as they've cut 500 billion naira from capital spending. This is a continuation from the print, so you may want to take a look at Punch to get details of that story. Tinubu, Obasanjo, others mourn as Edwin Clark dies at 97. It's a very sad story that broke yesterday. Dangote's wealth rises to $24 billion after refineries operations. $24 billion. Wow. Immigration arrests 40 illegal migrants in Oyo. That's also a continuation from print. So take a look at it to get full gists. Lagos Assembly says Tinubu's wife not involved in the crisis. Reps invite INEC chair over vacant house seats. Suspected Yahoo boy killed Funab prof in hit and run, according to a source. Islamic cleric and others remanded over Kwara female student's death. 5 held for alleged burning of Ondo police station. Remember that story from yesterday, where that someone was arrested and he allegedly died in custody, in police custody, and so people took to the station and they burned it down in protest. They're like, oh, they're so upset, how could he die, blah blah blah. But police said, oh, he didn't die in the custody, he was receiving treatment before he died. We saw that story yesterday. Anyway, there's an update, and the update is that 5 people have been held by the police. Arrests have been made, and these people will, go through it all, the 9 yards of the law. Police dismiss Portable's madman claims, insists singer remains wanted. Backstory: Portable was declared wanted. And he said, oh, he was receiving treatment in a hospital, he was going through a lot mentally. Now the update is that police have dismissed that claim. They said he's fine and he remains wanted. So anywhere he is, come forward or bring him forward. Banker bags 4-year jail for fraud in Lagos. 50 escaped death in Zamfara market explosion. There was an explosion in Zamfara market and 50 people escaped death. Thank God though. Man jailed 17 years for sexual assault. And finally from Punch, 4 injured in Jigawa header farmers clash. Not so great story from that side. (8:09), that's the time. We just rounded off with news making headlines on Punch. Let's move on now to Vanguard, shall we? No, before Vanguard, let's look at Nigerian News Direct. Substandard fuel. Kyari flays allegations, vows to take legal action. Defends fuel importation as global industry practice. Said it's global industry practice. That's a big story on Nigerian News Direct. Other stories you would find: top of the mass, Sanwo-Olu commissions Abulegba terminal. Dangote's wealth soars as Forbes rank him 86th richest man in the world. Benue Assembly moves to remove Chief Judge over electoral law directive. Benue Assembly moves to remove Chief Judge over electoral law directive. That you would see on page 13. Tinubu, Obasanjo, Atiku, others mourn as Pandef icon Edwin Clark dies at 97. And meter bypass, NERC empowers discos to disconnect illegal connections arbitrarily. Well, those are the stories you'll find on Nigerian News Direct today. And to Tribune, Nigerian Tribune, bank directors with non-performing insider loans to resign, CBN orders. bank directors with non-performing insider loans to resign. That's a directive from the CBN. They are asking banks to regularize loans within 180 days. Pa. NBS explains why Nigeria's inflation rate falls to 24.48% after rebasing. Edwin Clark, 25th May 1927 to 17 February 2025. Tinubu, Obasanjo, Jonathan Atiku, governors, others pay tributes. Dogged fighter, uncompromising patriot, bridge builder. That's how you'll see that on the Nigerian Tribune today. Jonathan kicks against deployment of military personnel for elections. Says says only police, INEC should observe elections. Obi says integrity of election is determined by leadership in charge. 780 ex-terrorists undergoing de-radicalization and rehabilitation program. Okay. Appeal court affirms Oba Olaoye as leader of Ogbomosho. Okay. And now let's check out pen pushing headlines from there very quickly now. I am a madman with spiritual challenges, says Portable. That's the one we saw the update on earlier, I think on Punch, where there's police is saying, no, that's your claim on being a madman will not fly. Come out, you still remain a wanted man. Prominent industrialist Ogolua Bankole is dead. Appeal court affirms Olaoye as traditional ruler of Ogbomosho. Police confirm 6 deaths in local government crisis in Osun State. Catholic priest allegedly canes school staff for conveying meeting on salary increments. Say what now? There was a caning of school staff because a meeting was conveyed on salary increments. Okay. And the person who caned, according to this report on pen pushing, is a Catholic priest. And finally, prominent Ijaw leader Edwin Clark is dead. Love's Drawing is asking questions on YouTube right now. I am broadcasting live. Can you see that? Yeah, broadcasting. Love's Drawing. Is she a news reporter? Yes, I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. Can you hear me? Is the audio okay? Can you hear the audio? So you would hear exactly what I'm saying if you can hear me. Turn up the volume of whatever device you're using and you get to hear the content of what I am saying. All right? Cool stuff. Moving on now, business day. Rebased inflation rate stokes interest rates uncertainty. Rebased inflation rate stokes interest rate uncertainty. Petrol import persists amid rising local outputs. That's the one Kerry is saying that it is a global industry practice. Pardon me. It's a global industry practice. So, persist or not, it is within the ambit of what is legal and what is obtainable in the market. So calm down on it. Anyway, that's a big story on business day. No, that's not the big story. The rebased inflation rate stokes interest rate uncertainty is the big story. This is one of the stories you'll see on the front page of business day. It's just above the masthead. Right. Okay. Business confidence grows in this is not clear enough, so I may have to move on from it. Anyway, so those are the stories you will see on business day. Let's move on now to New Telegraph, shall we? 40% of Benue farmlands are taken over by bandits, lawmakers say. You'd see details of that story on pages 5, 6, and pages 3, 5, and 6 of New Telegraph. 40% of Benue farmlands taken over by bandits. That's not good at all. Renowned lawyer, activist, Ijaw leader Clark joins his ancestors at 97. And above the masthead, let's see, CBN orders bank directives or bank directors with insider bad loans to resign. CBN orders bank directors with insider bad loans to resign. Now, we saw that earlier. One of the papers, captured the same headline. Let's see. Saudi firm threatens to sue Hajj Commission over contract breach. Okay, it's about time for a break. When we come back, we have more stories coming your way. We haven't looked at Daily Independent, This Day, Leadership, and some other papers. Stay with us. Citizen FM 93.7. Some of these people are so weird. Chunky Dory. Is everything okay at home? God, I beg. You guys are just cruise, honestly. Whatever the case. You go there right there. Your comments are really crazy. I'll take them all on air. Don't worry. The comments are mad. They're just wild. All right, people. Highly educated films. I'll be answering your question live on air. So stay with me. Okay. Aha, I got it. Thank you.
The renewed hope agenda for Nigeria is the brainchild of President Asuwaju administration. It is geared towards renewing the hopes of Nigeria.
All right, so we're back on in just a bit. If you're here, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave the love. I just want to see that you're here. Oh boy, 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 boy. In about a minute, I am back on air.
While enlightening Nigerians as well. Join us every Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. on Citizen FM Radio, 93.7, Labor House, Central Business District, Abuja. Renewed Hope Agenda Radio on 93.7 FM. The future starts today.
And we're back. We're back. Jaja Binks. Okay. So my title says something about from a natural hairstylist's point of view. Yeah, I like natural hair. Citizen FM 93.7. That's the station. Highly educated films. I hope I answered your question. He's watching on YouTube and he's asking, what station is this and what country? It is Citizen FM 93.7, and we are in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, of Nigeria. Nigeria is in West Africa. It's one of the countries in West Africa, one of the 54 countries in West Africa. I just needed to say that because a lot of times you hear people say, oh, I'm going to Africa, like it's just one big country. It's a full continent with 54 countries. All right, people. So it's newspaper headlines. What's trending today? What do the papers hold for us? So far, we've looked at a couple of them. We've looked at New Telegraph, Nigerian News Direct, and Punch. So now, we've not looked at Vanguard. We're now to Vanguard. The big story: high electricity. Oh, we've also looked at pen pushing. Yes. We've also looked at we're now looking at Vanguard. High electricity costs is choking teaching hospitals to death. This headline got my attention. Like, teaching hospitals are going to die. What's the people that are inside? I know it's a figure of speech, but it's really alarming. It's really alarming. They are writers to the story, and here they are. Monthly bills run into millions. Average monthly bill of National Orthopedic Hospital in Lagos is from 18 million to 45 million naira. Average monthly bill of National Orthopedic Hospital Lagos ranges from between 18 million naira to 45 million naira monthly. Federal Medical Center Ibutemeta FMC 20 million naira for only 4 hours of electricity daily. Ha! It is well. It is well. Trump bashes Zelensky's Trump bashes Zelensky, confident on Ukraine deal. I'm sure people would love it. Highly educated film says, nice setup. Oh, thank you. You love the studio? Fantastic. Thank you. Police dismiss Portable's madman claims, insists singer remains wanted. Akume, Tinubu's government inherited health sector faced with persistent challenges and stagnation. Can we just get over this? You know this blame game thingy? Anyway, the headline is Tinubu's government inherited health sector faced with persistent challenges and stagnation. Imposters parading as our leaders. Traders tell Sanwo-Olu. CP to criminals. Repent or leave Lagos. Repent or leave Lagos. Austria car to partner banks and fintech as well as others, and the idea is to boost payment system. Education suffers reduced allocation. Education. That doesn't sound good. This sector should be getting a lot of attention because, I mean, it just... Anyway, what do I know? Crypto startups making financial inclusion viable for Africans. Talks on fuel quality is just drama and is bad marketing antics, says Kiari. Okay. The talk on bad fuel, the quality of fuel is just drama and is bad marketing antics, says Kiari. What else can we find on Vanguard? Military should be barred from elections in Nigeria. Jonathan speaks. Federal government commissions NDLEA's first barracks in Yola after 35 years. After 35 years, the federal government is finally commissioning first barracks in Yola. Education suffers reduced allocation as National Assembly amends past 2025 budgets. Edwin Clark, 1927 to 2025, his last words: do not give up on making Nigeria better. The family says that those were his last words. Do not give up on making Nigeria better. Boko Haram, US to audit aid funds to Nigeria. US to audit aid funds to Nigeria. Okay, what else can we see? Now, when we get to sports, I'll take the story. We're not looking at sports here. Sports will be from about 8:45. Fears grow over Pope's health. Much more details you'll find on Vanguard today. Those are pretty much the stories on Vanguard. So let's move on now to this day. NBS unveils special CPI indices to enhance policy and decision making. There's above the mask. The big story is in historic development, Netherlands returns 119 Benin bronzes to Nigeria. In historic development, Netherlands return 119 Benin bronzes to Nigeria. Ijaw leader and last of Nigeria's old brigade, Clark, dies at 97. Oh, may his soul rest in peace. What other story can we find on this day? Can you hear the beats? My YouTube family, can you hear the beats? Ah. If you can't, well, I turned it down for, what's it called? Copyright infringement issues. Yeah. On live radio, we can do this, but on YouTube, nay. NBS, National Bureau of Statistics, unveils special CPI indices to enhance policy and decision making. Federal government seeks private investments in Nigeria's 35,000-kilometer road infrastructure. Alake, conferment of NMG's fellowship recognition of commitment to advancement of mining sector. I'll take that again. Conferment of NMGS fellowship is recognition of commitment to advancement of mining sector. NERC announces new sanctions for meter bypass and others. NERC is the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. NERC, they've announced new sanctions for meter bypass and others. It was earlier we saw it where NERC has given the go-ahead to discos to go ahead and terminate the connection of everyone who's done illegal connections. Anyhow, any form, we're not taking that anymore. Okay, so Sanwo-Olu inaugurates new bus station in Abuleba. Kyari charges miners and geoscientists to embrace innovation for economic growth. Those are the stories you would see on this day. What else? I think that's pretty much it. On the front page, on the front page. Okay, I'm seeing something. You need no JD Vanies. No, I can't get that. I didn't understand what you just sent in. So make it comprehensible, make it better to understand, and I will read it again. All right, I'll read what you want. All right, so independent. Let's see. Politicians will behave well when we reject bad behavior. Jonathan says, politicians will behave well when we reject bad behavior. False deployment of military for elections. 35-year-old. No, I can't see that clearly. I'll find that headline and I'll take it. All right. Above the mask, what do we have? Talk on fuel quality is just drama and bad marketing antics. Let's carry. We saw that earlier. Okay. After rebasing, Nigeria's inflation drops to 24.48% from 34.80%. Crispy Cocker, I see you. Boglim Industrial Complex, I see you. The Vice President, I see you. Thank you all for all of your interactions on social media. That's fantastic. I want to encourage you people to keep it coming, all right? It just shows that you are in the tune. Okay. And I'm getting WhatsApp messages as well. Keep them coming. I appreciate every single one of them. 728. Please, when you send a WhatsApp message, endeavor to write your name, okay? Because it just appears as a message. I don't get to, you can't tell me who you are, where you're coming from. It's not, all right, you get the point. Yeah, you get the point. All right. Someone says, bypassing of illegal meter in Nigeria. And he laughs, like the laugh emoji of plenty teeth, like the 32 teeth is showing. He said, illegal collection in Nigeria with a laugh. I wish them luck, because that means a lot of Nigerians will be without electricity. Okay. Okay. Kendrick Lamar theme song. Where are you hearing Kendrick Lamar theme song? It is well. All right. Time to begin to take your calls. 8:30 a.m. That's what. Oh, okay. Yeah, I found it. I found the phone. I was concerned about where the phone was. You can call me up now. 0903-2229-797. That's the number to call. You can also send a WhatsApp message. Those messages I read, I haven't even called out the numbers. Those people have the numbers already, so they're sending their messages earlier. If you don't have the number, take it now. 0818 2222205. Again, 0818 2222205. Yes, I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to take the calls as they come in. Please keep it very civil. In case I don't say it every time, but keep it very civil. Whatever you want to say, your opinions to the point and civil. And of course, turn down the volume on your radio sets before you are connected, so that we don't get the unbox. I just got it, and I hope that it stays open. Having a bit of a technical issue, but I think it's sorted. I was trying to get the online version of independent news today. So for the hard copy, what you would find, yeah. Okay. I got that. Thank you. Let me see if I can fix this very quickly. Okay, I don't know. It just refused to cooperate with me. Whatever the situation is, I'm sure it'll get sorted in due time. Federal government launches nationwide crackdown on miracle centers. That's on The Guardian. Federal government launches crackdown nationwide on miracle centers. You will get details of this story on The Guardian, because miracle centers could be one of two things. Is it exam miracle centers or religious miracle centers? Depends on what they mean. So you get to see details of that. Defense headquarters confirms rehabilitation and reintegration of 789 what's this? Ex-terrorists. Okay. Of ex-terrorists. Okay. And it's happening again. But we'll be all right. In the meantime, let's see what leadership has for us while we await the situation to be resolved as soon as possible. Okay. Leadership Award, valuable and significant. That's Governor Peter Mba speaking, Governor of the Year 2024. Let me try to do this let me give it another chance and hope that it's sorted. Or I may have to call the attention of the engineer. And he doesn't even pay attention whenever I'm here. It's so... Nah, it can't work like that. It just keeps loading. I can't see anything. All right, Citizen FM 93.7 through the headlines this morning, 8:36 rather. I think that's where the 6 came from, 8:36 a.m. I can't fathom what the problem is right now. It's just a lot. Engineer is doing what he can to fix this. But in the meantime, let me run on now to YouTube and see what I can take within the time that we have. There are lots of reactions, but of course, you need to sieve through because these people on YouTube, they are not even smiling at all. Julia, no, I am not a music producer because I looked the part this morning. It's good to know that you think I'm a music producer. Big Cali, Jim Borgini. Thank goodness. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. My God, the reactions here on YouTube, they are crazy. If you say you want to read them the way they type them, you might just, what? Okay, now that startled me. Oh boy, goosebumps all over. Boggling, please, you people will not put me in trouble, all right? You people will not put me in trouble. You see the plan. So they are the ones who get to see these things. So they type it, I get to read it, and I am in trouble. No, I'm sieving through. That will not go. That's not going to work. Big Kali, you want me to review? What do you want me to review? Please, maybe not right now. I see what you're saying. Maybe not right now. Maybe another time on something else, maybe another program. Right now we're just concentrating on news headlines, news from across Africa. We've zoomed in on what's going on in Nigeria. You probably just joined us, which is great. Thank you. Harry Green, hi, good morning. Hi, good morning to you too. Hearing you say good morning is like a breath of fresh air. Harry Green, good to know that you're here. Leave a thumbs up and tell me where you're watching from. It'll be nice to know. You look the part this morning. Look what part now. It's just hoodie I'm wearing. There's nothing to it. It's just hoodie. But thank you though. Let me see what I can take from other social media platforms. I am from Enugu State in Nigeria. Oh, fantastic. How is it in Enugu today? Ibolachi, I guess. How is it? Ibolachi. Hope you're doing good. Warm regards. Someone is saying something. Let me read this comment very quickly. It says, portable. I knew. You said portable. Then with no, it's not. What's this? Exclamation marks. Yeah, exclamation marks. It says portable. I have always known that young man will get into trouble. Now he's wanted by the police. He's saying he's a madman. When they were calling him a madman, he said he was not a madman. Now he's a madman. Oh my God. I know, right? It's like children when they're growing up. At some point in their lives, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not a small girl. And then at some point, you just get to a point you just want to be a small girl back. Anybody calls you that you're of age, you begin to argue. She goes, "Say, I'll be lady." So maybe that's what's happening with Possible right now. Now he's wanted by the police, and police have said whatever explanation you're trying to give about not being healthy will not fly. You are still a wanted man. Okay, Harry Green, we're looking at news from across Nigeria. We usually start earlier. If you just joined us, you missed a huge part of it, but it's okay. We still have a couple more that we can take a look at if, of course, the network decides to play ball with us. Otherwise, we may, okay, well, I think it's opening now. Thank you very much, engineer. Thank you for fixing that for us. So we're looking at newspaper headlines. Harry Green, looking at newspaper headlines from across Nigeria. Between 7:30 and 8, we look at news from across Africa. Then at 8 to between 8 and 9, we look at news from within Nigeria. And now we're going to independent. National Assembly revises 2025 budget. They've reduced capital expenditure by over 500 billion naira. SON, the Standard Organization of Nigeria, set to prosecute manufacturers and distributors of substandard goods in the country. How Nigerians brands cashed. Okay, pardon me. How Nigerian brands cashed in on Valentine's Day fever. That's the idea of being in business now. It's to be able to cash out, take opportunities by the horn. Let's see, 35-year-old jinx broken as federal government commissions first NDLEA wards. This network will not let me shine. NDLEA barracks, got that. Okay, it's one of the stories we saw earlier. Let's see, what else do we have? Federal government to facilitate single-digit loans for MSMEs, as micro, small, medium enterprises in the country. Great stuff. SACO donates, SACO is a Skyway Aviation Handling Company. They're donating medical items to NDLEA, and they've also restated their commitment to a secured society. Thank you. Thank you for... See, I will just laugh. I will just laugh and leave it. No, nobody's putting me in trouble this morning. I know you're pretty upset, but please, whenever you want to send in your reaction, keep it within the borders. I beg, I beg. We still have people who are paying attention to what we transmit live on air. Okay? Please, don't just say stuff because you're upset. Thank you. 12-year-old Nigerian wins Med-El Ear Care Contest. Congratulations to you, young lady. More wins ahead. Building collapse. Stakeholders hold national conference. It's been a long time coming. Airbus signs flight hour services contract for Ethiopian Airlines A350 fleet. All right, thank you, Harry Green. Loma warns property owners against illegal recycling. Loma of Lagos is warning property owners against illegal recycling. Okay, let's see what we can take from the world of sports as we begin to round off now on newspaper headlines across Nigeria. Oh my God. Seems like there is a targeted effort. I don't know if the network providers are, just doing this. I don't know. I really don't. And I hope that is not the situation, because why is the network acting so bad? Why is that? I can't even see anything. Let's take a break. Use the time to hope that this gets sorted out. And when I come back, we'll take as much as we can, and then we call it wraps today. Thank you for hanging out with me so far. I don't understand. It's just crazy, man. Oh boy. I tell you, it works. It does work. La 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 la. I'm telling you, Harry Green. It just seems like they're trying very hard to cripple the situation, also frustrate somebody.
Together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We're more than just a radio station.
We will survive.
Part of your life.
Ah, see. Oh my God. I love you already, Harry Green. You already know how they roll. You just know what they are going to do. I'm telling you. But thankfully, we're on Twitter as well as Jen. So that light one, they cannot affect us. I mean, thank you, Harry Green. Harry Green gets it. He's watching live on YouTube right now, and he said, "Oh, this is Nigeria for you. Small time, they will take the light, or you people are using Jen." Harry Green, my dear. No, the light situation, we got that. We're in battle, we also have Jen, but God, I beg go. The network just has to, play ball. Justin Herring. Justin Herring saying, "What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up to you too? I hope you're doing good." Let's see what we have from the world of sports now. NFF contract signing ceremony with Kaloha will be streamed today, so you may wonder, stick around for that. FC Barcelona makes new signing outside transfer window. This has never happened before. 1xBet changes the game rules. All of these are on Independent, so it's Independent Sports. Ex-Arsenal Academy player Chidobe makes Man United debut in 1-0 loss. NSC reiterates commitment to podium finish for Nigerian athletes. All right, so I think that's pretty much what we can take. That's what they have afforded us to be able to take. Harry Green, you're my guy. I mean, you won my heart this morning. To me, I will say, if anyone finds his way, okay, just go out to me, myself, and find my way. Okay, I get your point. That's me just trying to do an edit bleep very fast. Because if you have any connections, I'm ready for it all. Oh, okay. All the best to you and your jackpot dreams. I wish you all the best. All right. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, every single person on YouTube, on real time, on the radio, for your messages on WhatsApp. The person who talked about Portable claiming madness, and then when they were calling him mad, that one just knocked me out. Thank you. I wonder why you people don't leave your phone numbers. Let's see. 379. You sent in that message. It was really funny. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll do this again, okay? We'll take headlines from across dailies in Nigeria. And of course, before then, we'll look at what's happening from across Africa. All right, Harry Green, you have the kudos for today. So here is cheers to you. Here is a round of applause. Thank you for hanging out with me and making your contributions. As much as you try to bleep your points, they still came out the way you wanted them. But it was really nice hanging out with you. What else am I forgetting to do? Top of the hour, 9 o'clock, I will be back with news on the hour. So stay with me. It's been Didi, the natural hair girl. I just signed out now. Oh my darling, I just rounded off on radio. So can you join me again tomorrow? Yes, join me again tomorrow. Let's have a great time on air, Harry Green, and every other person who's watching right now. It was really a great time with you. Tomorrow is another day. The person who talked about reviewing music, I'm trying to find your comments. A big Kali, if you're still around, we could have other conversations than that. Yeah. But then I think I don't think you're around anymore. But whatever the case, let's hang out tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow 7:30 prompt. In fact, 7:25. I'm on air from 7:25. All right. So have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Hasta la vista. I will be back. Or should I stay until 9? Perhaps I should stay until 9. So that I'll be able to take the news at 9. Yeah. It's about 10 minutes. So let's see what we can do within the next 10 minutes. Mm. Oh my God. I already said my goodbyes. So people have basically just logged off. But I will not be detained. Someone you might just find me. Find me. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um. Okay. So, Harry Green, would you like to tell me why would you like to jackpot out of the country, Nigeria? What's your biggest reason? I know that people have different reasons as to why, but would you like to engage me? Do you want to tell me why exactly? You seem like you've had it with this country. You've just, I beg, whatever. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I love that music from your background. That's why I want to go out of this. Because of the music? Are you serious right now? Because of the music? Please tell me something else. Give me more information. Why exactly, really? Why exactly would you like to leave? What's your reason for choosing to leave? And from how you're sounding, I'm thinking you're a youth. You are a youth, right? Like you're in your prime. I'm supposing so. Oh my God. Some of these comments are really cracking. They're like they just crack me up. Meanwhile, have you left the thumbs up? Have you hit the like button? Let me just know that you are here live and direct. If you're here, I'd like to give you a shout out on radio. So you can just leave a comment so I can just say hello to you live on air. It'll be nice. Oh my God. I know this would be. I am the only son. Okay, I think I'll read it from here. Okay, hasn't. Aha. Oh no. I'm coming. Let me cue this up and then I'll get back to that message in a bit. Sounds really deep. Let me cue this up very quickly now. All right. Okay. Harry Green says, I am the only son of my parents and we're 4 children, 3 girls, 1 boy. And things are very difficult for us here in Nigeria. We hardly even eat twice a day. Difficult for me here with my sisters and my parents. So I came from a very poor background in Enugu State. Oh, I'm guessing you live in Enugu and you are from Enugu as well. Oh, I initially thought you are from maybe somewhere else, but you live in Enugu because you said you were watching from Enugu. So I assumed that you know, were just watching from Enugu. But I get your story. Would you like me to share it sometime on air? You know, maybe somebody would want to help you. I don't know. That's just me trying to be kind, just extending a hand of great gesture to you. If that's fine, let me know. We could hang out again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, right? Tomorrow is Thursday. I'll be here. So I could mention you on air and, tell people that this is what you would like to do. If someone would like to, if you can help me and get a company that needs sponsorship for traveling out, I'm ready. This is one of the screens from home base in Men in Black. Is it? Okay. Harry Green, I can't exactly personally directly help you because I am also trying to be careful with some of these companies who say, oh, they're helping people, they're helping people. Some of them might not be legit. You know what I mean? So you need to stay careful. As much as you have a very strong desire to, travel, you must also be very careful so that somebody does not waste your time and the small money that you have. You know what I mean? So be very careful. Be very, very careful. If some people are even using people's information these days, they don't even necessarily collect your money. Do you have an international passport, Harry Green? If you do, let me know. KG, you said this is one of the screens from home base in Men in Black. What screen? What are you talking about? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's really intense. Oh, okay. Harry Green, I have to get on air now because I need to take the news. Probably after the news we could talk again, or we could just continue tomorrow. Would you like to join me tomorrow on my show from 7:30 a.m.? It'll be really nice to have you. Okay. All right, fantastic. So we have a date. But you don't have to go yet though. You could just listen to me cast the news very quickly. So right after the news, we'll call it a wrap for today. Do you hear the song in the background? This sounds like something from your side, something that you may enjoy, Harry. I love this tune, man. That's Ayaka Ozubulu. Akachuku Dia. Akachuku Dia. Okay.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
The time is 9 o'clock. Give me a minute. There's a situation. Where Amazing. Okay. State governors yesterday joined President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in mourning the passing of one of Nigeria's foremost advocates for equity and justice, Chief Edwin Clark. Others were Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, Peter Mba of Enugu, and Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra. They described him as a patriot, nationalist, and extraordinary person, irrespective or irrepressible voice, freedom fighter, unpretentious federalist, and champion of social justice. Noting that Clark greatly impacted Nigeria, the governor said his demise marks the end of a great era. Chairman, Tantita Security Services, Chief Government Oweside, aka Tom Polo, former Delta State Governor James Ibori, and Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, Peter Obi, also paid tribute to the elder statesman. In his condolence message, Governor Oborogwe recalled the life and times of Nigeria's first information commissioner, saying they were well spent in service of the nation. He eulogized the late elder statesman for his unwavering and unprecedented dedication to the growth and the unity of the nation, especially in the South-South. The National Assembly have made corrections on some sectoral allocation items in the 54.9 trillion naira 2025 appropriation bill earlier passed on Thursday. This decision followed a motion presented by Senator Solomon Adeola and Representative Abubakar Kabir, chairperson of the respective appropriations committees, citing the need for accuracy and alignment with national priorities. The Senate corrected some sectoral allocations for various ministries, departments, and agencies, as some recorded increased allocations while others had their allocations reduced. The capital expenditure was reduced by more than 500 billion naira, while recurrent spending recorded an increase by same amount. Following the adjustments, the capital allocation was put at 23.439 trillion naira, while the recurrent expenditure increased to 13.588 trillion naira. These figures differed from the sectoral allocation approved on February 13. The Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibrin Barau, APC Kano, said it was not out of place that after every budget, errors are usually identified due to clerical staff mistakes. The House of Representatives has demanded swift justice for victims of gender-based violence, saying the quick dispensation of justice will discourage the social menace. The House, through a motion by a member, Abiante, and 3 others, believed gender-based violence has continued because of the delay in justice served. In the motion, the lawmakers listed the women who have been murdered over the years, pointing out that justice has still not been served. The House said that establishing special divisions within existing courts with exclusive jurisdiction over homicide and related cases will expedite justice, reduce backlogs, and restore public confidence in the legal system. The House therefore resolved to urge the National Judicial Council to facilitate the designation of special divisions within existing courts at all levels to expeditiously handle homicide and femicide. The Federal Ministry of Education has established a 7-member committee to address bullying incidents in all Nigerian schools, reinforcing its commitment to student welfare and a safe learning environment. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa, emphasized the urgent need for effective interventions, citing the psychological impact of bullying on students. The committee will review reported cases and ensure swift action, complementing the 21-member team work on a national policy on anti-bullying. This aligns with the federal government's renewed hope agenda, prioritizing education as a driver of national development. The Police Service Commission has approved the promotion of CP Garba Ahmed, CP Yobe State Command, CP Nemi Edwin Osiboka Iwo, CP Border Patrol, and CP Salman Garbadogo, CP Kwara State Command, to the next rank of Assistant Inspectors General of Police. The 16 deputy commissioners promoted to substantive commissioners of police were Audu Baba Umaru, who was promoted and retired. Others were Sarashus and Nechuku, Gompit, Kopshela, Banks, Eloho, Edwin, and others. And on the foreign scene, more than 200 unarmed civilians have been killed in a cluster of villages in Sudan over 3 days by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces that is involved in a brutal conflict with the military, a local rights group has said. The Emergency Lawmakers Network said the attacks happened in Al-Qadaris and Al-Kalwet towards the north of White Nile State. Their areas where the military had no presence. RSF fighters were guilty of execution of kidnapping and enforced disappearance and property looting. And in sports, Ademola Lookman marked his return from injury with a goal. But he also missed a penalty as Atalanta were knocked out of the UEFA Champions League by Club Brugge on Tuesday. The reigning African Player of the Year has been out since the end of January with a knee injury, and he needed just 35 seconds to make his presence felt after he was brought on at halftime with the Italian side down by 3 goals. The deficit of the night then quickly looked like it would be halved when, after a VAR review, Tolice was adjudged to have hauled a player to the ground. Lookman, however, saw his penalty brilliantly saved by Mignolet, who soon denied Retegui as Club Brugge did well to limit Atalanta's opportunities. Ladia's frustration was compounded later on as skipper Rafael Toloi was sent off for knocking over Maxime de Copa after the left back prevented a quick throw-in, allowing the visitors to comfortably say out the contest for a memorable victory. And that was Citizen FM News at 9, as edited by Lawrence Omoite. To listen to us online, please visit citizenfm.ng. I am Didier. Do stay with us. I'm on air.
So,
Keep going.
this is cheap.
That was my boss. I'm still live on radio. Nepal took the lights. Who is Nepal? Oh, okay, from your side. Oh, that's so sad.
Put on your mic now. Your mic is not.
No, this is YouTube now.
Okay, you're doing your stuff.
All right. Thank you, people. It was really nice hanging out with every single one of you today. Harry Green, Berstrom. Let me see what I can see from this side.
The issues everybody respected that because of
Fantastic run we had today, right? I'm telling you. Harry Green, 8 Stream, KG, Raw Dog Randy, Justin Herring, who else? Jim, Julia, Borghini, Big Cali, Crispy Cooker, Highly Educated Film, I Am Chunky Dory, Loves Drawing, David, Dollar Dan, Momo, Robin B, Jamila Travel Dairy, Changuito, Erica Goana, Messiah Johnson, every single one of you, thank you. Here is a clap for you. We do this again tomorrow, all right? Have a fantastic rest of day. Bye-bye. Let me get this right. Okay, done.